might know him from Paul Blart, Mall Cop. You might know him from Rescue Me. You might know him from doing stand-up on Letterman, from doing stand-up on The Tonight Show, from the Tony Kornheiser podcast. I should just get to introducing him. He's comedian Adam Ferrara. Good morning.
How are you, my friend? Good to see you. Well, I can't see you. I can hear you. How's everything there?
It's good. I usually when I talk to comedians, I try to make sure I don't repeat the questions, but there seems to be one overwhelming question I have to start with. So, how you handling the pandemic?
Oh, there's a pandemic?
Yeah.
Oh, God. First of all, I'm so grateful that I get to come out of the house to do stand-up. I told my wife, I said, listen, I got an opportunity to go to Indy to do some... Go! Just go! Because I'm home. Here's the thing, Tracy. When I'm home, like, my wife runs the house, which is great. I don't want to do that. When I'm home, you know, now I'm noticing a bunch of stuff I never noticed because I'm just there so much. There's a fat, naked man that lives in my neighborhood. This SOB looks just like I do.
And when you're on your road, you weren't aware of that.
Yeah, I know. I was like, my God, look at that.
Well, what I figured out is I go home and my wife is there. On my way home from work, I had this list of things I want to do. And then I get home and she has a whole other list of things. And there is no Venn diagram with her list and my list. And her list is priorities. So.
Since I got married, Tracy, my thoughts are just a suggestion. I've come to do that. So one of the things I have to do for the pandemic is I go for my Save My Marriage walk in the afternoon.
Okay.
And I go to the supermarket. I don't know why, because she doesn't give me the power to buy anything. I have the power to take a picture of the ingredients, text them back, and await further instructions.
Yes, I have been there. I've been stuck like, which size can of tomato paste am I supposed to get? And you don't want to get it wrong.
No, because then you got to come back. Right. But it's just me. I'm trying to figure out a way to like reclaim my dignity. Because as I'm standing in the Stop and Shop, the kid's looking at me like, "Sir, are you okay?" I'm like, "I'm just waiting for a communique from the home office."
Well, for people,
I just have to see if the sugar count's acceptable.
People of your ilk, creative types, comedians especially, you're probably more grateful than ever for the technology around podcasts, just to have an outlet.
Yeah, it's great. I got I put this little setup in my garage right before this hit, and I'm able to pump out my show, which is great. This month, and I get to connect with old friends. This month, who do we have? Oh, Ralph Macchio, Nathan Lane, Kevin Nealon. If you're a Star Trek fan, Data from The Next Generation, Brent Spiner. Coming up is Paul Reiser, Michael Imperioli.
Wow.
If you're a Sopranos fan, yeah, Edie Falco did an episode for me. If you're a sports fan, Joe Buck. Tony Kornheiser, you mentioned him before. He did one as well as Michael Wilbon. So it's called the Adam Ferrara Podcast. 30 minutes, you'll never get back. And it's a lot of fun.
I love Tony Kornheiser. I would sit quietly at a dinner with him and Michael Wilbon, not say a word. And I don't care if they don't even have to talk sports. Just those two riffing. It
was great. I've known Tony for years, and I met Michael a couple of times, and I just sent an email. That's the nice thing about, the conditions we're all in is, yeah, sure, I'll do it. I'm sitting home. So Jay Leno did one for me. Wow. Kevin James. I had a bunch of people on. Oh, I had the astronaut, Katie Coleman, on. Oh. She lived in the space station for 6 months. And she plays the flute. She played a duet with Ian Anderson from Jethro Tull from space.
No, she didn't. No, you're making that up.
Nothing with my life. This is the conversation we have. I've done nothing. I'm talking to you over a phone. This is it. I'm peeking right now.
Well, it's such a treat to talk with you. You don't know this about us, but with this interview, I have officially interviewed you in 3 consecutive decades.
Really?
Yes. I've enjoyed every single one.
Well, that's great. It's nice to almost see you again, Trace.
Exactly. I still loved your character on Rescue Me. So, in terms of the acting, you did the Paul Blart, you dabble. We see, your IMDb leans a little bit more towards your specials than the acting. But do you like acting?
I do. It's fun because you're in a community where you're all creating together. I'm on a show right now called Why Women Kill on CBS All Access with Lucy Liu and Jennifer Goodwin. Alicia Coppola plays my wife, and it's on the streaming service on All Access. Which, telling that to my mother, that's an hour. What channel, Ma? Tracy, it's easier for me to hire Lucy Liu and the rest of the cast to go to her condo and act this out.
You may have to resort to that. Looking forward to you being at Helium Comedy in Indianapolis this weekend. Good to speak with you, sir.
You too. Be safe. Best to you and the family.
Thanks. You too. HeliumComedy.com. We have the link on IndyStyle.tv.